Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our seminar this morning. So once again, we open into the awareness of awareness. And what is this awareness? When awareness focuses back on its own self, the qualities of the awareness might be spaciousness, energy, light, compassion. So as we enter into that space of awareness, we'll begin to focus on these qualities because they help us point to that experience. So right now we can open that space of the awareness in the body. So we can extend up from the base of the spine all the way up to the top of the head. And from the top of the head into the lower body. From the top of the head down through the face, through the throat, down through the belly. Hearing people come in, including them in that space, pulling them in. That space of the awareness, which is a little bit more settled, more open, more spacious, more relaxed. So instead of noises intruding, we include them. We pull them in into the space. And then we extend into the field around us. The field of the room, the person next to you, on the right, on the left, extending into that space and connecting with those people there. Across the room, feeling that resonance right now. Extending to the people on the internet this morning as they extend here. Again, feeling that resonance. And then as we sense the energy of the space, this big space, we pull it into the top of the head, down through the forehead, through the face, through the throat, down into the heart, down into the belly, into the lower body. And we settle in even more. And then extending that same energy from the back of the head into the forehead, from the back of the head into the heart, and from the back of the head into the belly. We focus in the heart. And we relax even more as we settle in, opening, opening into the light, So opening all the pores of the body right now into the light. As we open the heart. So our body becomes more porous, more relaxed, more open. We extend again to each other, feeling that resonance this morning. We extend also to the generational field, that field of the ancestors, the family, the friends, the great yogis we've met in our lives. We extend to all those that we've mentored, our children, our grandchildren, our students, and our clients, feeling that resonance this morning. So that the field gets broader, fuller, more inclusive. We extend to all the traditions we've participated in our life, understanding these fields as fields of knowledge and light, and letting go of the political part of it. We extend also to the great archetypes of all the traditions. The archetypes of compassion. And feeling that resonance with them this morning. Perhaps you pick a favorite. And embody that particular archetype. So as we focus on this light, this clarity of experience, as we sit with it, we often begin to feel a little nicer, a little bit more compassionate to ourselves and to the other. So ultimately, really, compassion is that ability to hold awareness for one's own self and the other. So these qualities of spaciousness, of energy, of light, compassion, exist always as the primordial field of awareness. And these qualities are awakened in us through life experience, through relationship. Be it a relationship with a human being or the relationship with the divine. So these qualities are both transcendent and immanent. They exist always, and we discover them through relationships. So in Dante's great literary work, The Divine Comedy, we see the double nature of reality, in which there is one single truth. Without divinity, there can be no conscious humanity. And without humanity, the divine remains an abstraction. Dante finds himself caught in the first dilemma in the beginning of the poem. When I had journeyed half our life's way, I found myself within a shadowed forest, for I had lost the path that does not stray. So halfway through Dante's life, our life, he finds himself in a dark wood. He understands he's lost his recognition of his true self, his true life, his true experience. He's been exiled from his beloved Florence because of political difficulties. He can never return or he will be executed. So he leaves his wife and children behind. So in his reflection, Dante discovered he has not lived a true life since he was a young man. As a young man, he'd been a poet and been in love with Beatrice. But then, Beatrice had died suddenly. He's reminded of his first meeting with Beatrice. The moment I saw her, I say in all truth that the vital spirit which dwells in the innermost depths of the heart began to tremble so violently that I felt a vibration alarmingly through all my pulses, even the weakest of them. And as it trembled, it uttered these words: "Behold a God more powerful than I who comes to rule over me." That God was love, the God of love, the energy of love. And then suddenly, Beatrice dies. After Beatrice's death, Dante has been in complete despair. For several years he writes of her and then gradually begins to resume a new life. He studies philosophy, theology, becomes engaged in politics. He marries a woman of noble stock, a politically correct marriage, a marriage arranged by his family. He has 4 children and becomes engulfed with society and politics. Unfortunately, he is politically on the wrong side of the Pope, so he finds himself exiled from Florence and never sees his wife and children again. And we find him in the beginning of Dante's Inferno. Dante has lost his way, and he finds himself in a dark wood. He's forgotten his poetry, his awareness of the field of being, his destiny. And as the Divine Comedy progresses, Dante tries to move along the path of being. He is then confronted by encounters with different animals. The leopard, representing love of pleasure. The lion, representing fierce pride. And the wolf, representing his greed and avarice. And as he encounters the animals, he finds himself powerless to move forward. He sees a distant figure and cries out, "Have pity on me." He admits his powerlessness and his inability to find his path. The distant figure emerges as Virgil, the Latin poet, who will guide Dante through the depths of consciousness to seek complete recognition of the self. It is Virgil who, like the teacher, the guru, shows us the way through the darkness into the light of self-knowledge. the light of awareness. Virgil has been sent by Beatrice to serve as a guide to Dante in Dante's search for consciousness. So in his reflection on this life, Dante cries out to Virgil, "Have pity on me." Virgil emerges to guide him through the depths of hell, purgatory, and paradise towards oneness with the divine. This journey is inspired by his love for his beloved, Beatrice. So in our journey inward, we're often confronted by the animals of love of pleasure, pride, greed, avarice, and many more. Many of us have learned that as we hold the field of awareness, these animals begin to dissolve. We begin to become more aware of our reactions as reactions and begin to dwell in the state of natural awareness. We begin to reside in that love of ourselves and the other, which is completely natural and inspiring. So in the experience of love, we begin to discover the truth that without divinity, there can be no conscious humanity. And without humanity, the divine remains an abstraction. Once a woman asked Baba Muktananda, "I can't meditate. What should I do? I don't even believe in God." And Baba responded with this question, "Who do you love?" The woman said, "Why, I love my son." And Baba replied, "Then meditate on your son. Where there is love, that's where God is." So in your mind's eye right now, see a face of love. Someone who's loved you, someone who you loved. Extend your love to them and meditate on that love. As you enter the field, the face may dissolve in the field. As you enter the oneness of the field. So as we've been cultivating awareness for some time, we'll focus now on family and friends that might be having some difficulty holding them in the field. In that field of light. And we'll focus on our country and all the other countries in the world, invoking the light. We have one more chant this morning, and this is the Dalai Lama chanting to the goddess.
Om Tare Tudare Turi Saha. 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 Om Tare Tudare. Om Tare Tudare Turi Saha. 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 Om Tare Tudare Turi Saha
And if you like, you can start to close up right now, rubbing your hands together till they're hot, and sealing at the heart, the top of the head, and the belly. And yawning a little. And we do have one announcement.
Good morning. The first Sunday of March, we're going to have another chant here. It'll start at 6 o'clock and it goes for about an hour and a half. And we're really happy and fortunate because we have a fantastic drummer and a fantastic harmonium player. And it's an awful lot of fun. And you're welcome to come. Yeah, whatever. Could be the third.
like the 3rd or the 4th of March, I think. Maybe the 3rd. So thank you all for coming. If you'd like to stay and meditate for a while, you're welcome. And there is some refreshments upstairs.